do it. All right, guys. Hey, before we wrap this show up, we want to go to our favorite part of the show. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
So, you're not ready.
I was ready to hit the. Nope, that's not it. All right, go.
Soul Session.
Soul Sessions. We want to take just a few moments. We try to in every show and just talk about some of the things that can make a difference when it comes to reaching our potential, because that's really what this channel is all about. Our goal is to be encouraging, to lift you up, to just take a little break, have a little fun, and hopefully be challenged and inspired along the way, and win a t-shirt. So if you've yet to invite somebody, be sure and do that so we can give those t-shirts away. I want to give you 3 thoughts about how to elevate, because I think all of us, right, we think about how to become more, how to elevate as a spouse, how to elevate as a boyfriend or girlfriend, how to elevate our finances, how to elevate our ministry, all those different areas. And as I was thinking about this, you know, how do we go basically to the next level? There are 3 thoughts that I had that I wanted to share with you. Here's the first one. And the kind of subtitle of each one all have a C. So you might say this is the 3 C's of elevate, okay? But the first one is this, is someone who's going to elevate runs toward what others run away from. They run towards what others run away from. In other words, here's the C, the courage to face the challenge. The courage to face the challenge. You know, what's interesting is while everybody wants to go to the next level, we forget that the pathway to the next level is a challenge, a struggle, a difficulty. That's how we get to the next level. In other words, you got to walk up the steps to get to the next level. And a lot of times we just want to kind of like zap. I remember there used to be a show, was it, I don't know, Jeannie or something, where she would just go, and all of a sudden she'd be somewhere different, you know? And I think when it comes to our next level, we often want to do it the same way, don't we? You know, this has been one of those weeks where I was sick kind of all week. I was out of town, and even to get home, like let's say we flew home on Friday, and on Thursday I was sick, and then on Friday morning we're getting up and getting around. You know how a lot of times when you feel weak and you're still kind of sick and you got that cold sweat going on, and it takes all of your energy to get anything done. And the last place you really want to be is on an airplane for 4 hours, and lug all of that to get here. And then this was a difficult weekend when you think about the energy, the attendance, the giving. And in those kind of moments, it's always tempting to run away, right? I want to do something easier. That's our skin just tends to do that. You ever look out the window and think, man, I wish I had that job, because if I had that job, I wouldn't have this stress, right? I wouldn't have this weight. I wouldn't have this difficulty. And I just want to remind all of us that when we say we want to go to the next level, it's important to know that what we're saying, what we're inviting, is challenge into our life. It's like saying, I want to get muscular without lifting weights. You and I cannot do it. Therefore, it takes courage even to pray the prayer. Because so many folks, and maybe even if they pray the prayer, when the challenge comes, they run in the opposite direction, right? So think about it. At work, when there's a challenge, what do you do? When the kids are going through a difficulty, what do you do if you're a parent? If your spouse is having a hard time, what do you do? If your church is going through a struggle, what do you do? Do you step into it? Do you ask how you can help? Do you look for opportunities, right? Or do you look for escape? Do you look for ways out? It takes courage, because there's no guarantee how it's going to end up, right? Because the fear is always, I'm going to step in and I'm going to fail. I'm going to screw it up. I don't have the answers. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make it better. And if I'm not guaranteed to win, it might just be better that I don't play. But you're not going to grow. You're not going to elevate in any of those areas of your life. So courage to face the challenge. And again, you know these, I know these, but I have to be reminded of them, especially on the second one, which is once you run towards it, I'm going to do it, right? And a lot of times at the beginning, we're filled with excitement and energy and passion, and, you know, we're ready to take on the world. But you then, if you're going to elevate, you have to resist the urge to give up. You have to resist the urge to give up. And here's the C word, a commitment that resists failure. So not only do you have to have courage, you have to have a commitment. Because the temptation is always going to be to do what? Give up. That's what your skin wants to do. Yeah. It doesn't like the feeling of struggle. I don't know about you guys, but I do not, you know, I don't like, it's a lot more, you know, it's very difficult to go into a Monday when you've had a bad weekend as a pastor or a ministry leader, you know, and I'm sure the same is true at work. I'm sure the same is true in family, in parenting, and it's always easy to quit.
Yeah.
There's always an exit. There's always an exit door. It's against the law not to have an exit door. And every job, every relationship have exits.
Yeah. You know, I think sometimes too, we can exit mentally, but stay physically in the sense that, you know, kind of what you're talking about, like with the weekends, just in our context, you know, you teach Saturday and it just didn't go the right way. And sometimes you can get up there and still preach Sunday, but it's, you know, you're not as there mentally as you probably should be. And so sometimes we can convince ourselves that we're still in it because physically we're still there, but we've mentally checked out.
Yeah.
Right. It's not as painful if you don't give it everything you've got.
Exactly.
You know, if it doesn't go well, right? We got children's camp coming up, right? And we're in the middle of summer, so it could rain every day. Parents got ball games, right? There's lots of things. And so it's easier emotionally to just say, hey, we're going to do it, and whoever shows up is who shows up, as opposed to saying, we're going to do it. We're going to do the best that we can. We're going to pray for as many kids as we can have. We're going to have as best, you know, every class, every event. We're going to have an awesome family. In other words, we're going to put everything into it. But the temptation, you know, the commitment is what if it rains the first night?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What if 3 teachers call in and say they're sick, you know? What if attendance is half of what you were hoping, right? Those things can all happen, but you can't dwell on those things.
I've experienced that.
Right? So you have to be committed, you know? At the end of the day, I am committed to this, not just physically, like you guys were saying, but emotionally.
Yeah.
And so you have to have the courage to run towards it, and then the commitment to stay in it. And then lastly, you got to look for lessons to learn. Look for lessons to learn, which is a curiosity for personal growth. So the C's are courage, commitment, and curiosity. If you want to go to the next level, the only reason I'm not on another level is because I haven't been through the challenges that develop the muscles or have the knowledge that I need to operate on that level. And so I need to go through the challenge, develop the muscles, and then I need to learn whatever I need to learn. And that means I need to be curious.